Hey, how you doing?
Let me camera 1 second. I'll have to get back on. Give me 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Oi.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Okay, I'm happy to see you. I wasn't sure if I would see you again.
Oh no, I'm sure we always see each other in life. It's always
Really?
meant to be.
That's cool.
Yeah. How are you? How's Mallorca? How's your son?
Well, I'm okay. I just seen the sunset, and my son's with his mum, but he's great. He's back at school.
Nice. Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
cooling down a little bit for him and for you guys?
Sorry?
I was asking if it's cooling down at all for you guys.
Yeah. The last, like, it's quite weird because it used to be like a gradual change, but now it's just quite all of a sudden. It's just you're back to school, gets cold. All the tourists are still here, but yeah.
Yeah.
In a few weeks' time, it will be dark as well. Like Halloween comes, and then it's just like
Yeah. Yeah, it's going by fast. Yeah, no, sorry we haven't been able to get together. I think it's primarily my fault because my schedule is kind of packed and everywhere. But yeah, it's good to see you. How are you doing?
no, but you don't have to apologize, and I really appreciate you just giving me this time because yeah, it was just the whole this. I think the whole story that we how we met is just really nice and beautiful, and without any sort of agenda, really.
Yeah,
And that,
yeah,
yeah, and yeah, it's just really nice the way you approached me and everything. And like, I know it's been about a year now since, and I don't know, the situation's terrible. So I had to block out a little bit what's happening.
yeah.
And it's even the people over there, I'll just get the people over there have told me not to get in touch with them now because they're actually afraid to talk
Yeah,
online. They want to leave and they want to leave without getting arrested and they're afraid to even say hello, which is quite sad, but I
yeah,
understand understandable.
yeah.
And what's that G? What strip's that with the G on your strip?
Oh, this is the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, like baseball.
Football, American.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, not soccer. Yeah. Oh
That's
man, that's unfortunate. I mean, and I can see that. I think in situations like that, unfortunately, like there's barriers from all sides, you know. And then sounds like for these guys, it's very common in terms of like there's a lot of fear of the unknown and just fear in general of what could happen. So,
Oh yeah, they just want to get out now. I think I mean that was the whole plan from whatever you want to call it. I think that's been the whole plan for a long time.
yeah,
And just they want everybody to get out of there. Basically, it's leave or we're going to kill you. I mean, it's as simple as that. And people say it's complicated and all that. It's not complicated. It's a
yeah.
land grab, you know. It's terrible, and I don't want to relate it to your experience because I know that you left Afghanistan when you were 10 or something, right?
Yeah, in a very different circumstance as
Really
well.
different, but you know, I watched a YouTuber, a girl, a black
Yeah,
girl. She's in Kabul. She's in the market. She's running around. She's she's talking to the Taliban, and it's amazing. I don't know if you've seen it. This is amazing.
yeah,
Black Muslim American. She's American, obviously, when she opens her
yeah,
mouth,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
she's just running around on her own. She's
yeah,
and it's really interesting to see what you get this picture of Afghanistan, and then you see this girl there alone
yeah,
talking
yeah.
to the Taliban, and then you're just like, the media just twists everything around.
Well,
So
in a sense, I think that's a tricky situation because the Taliban are very, what's it called? When it comes to like an outsider coming in, like they're always treated as a guest, and
Mhm.
this very falsified picture, and it's about the optics, unfortunately. And so and I've seen a few of those videos actually, where like numerous women in alone or with their friends, they go there and they're well respected, they're free, they can freely walk around, but that's far from the truth when it comes to the women
Yeah.
and those who live there, you know.
I
And
mean, also in Europe, there's a women's meeting in Europe, and they're protesting about education and work, and so but that's in Europe, but they're having this meeting in some place in,
yeah.
in Switzerland, and it's like, anyway, I don't know nothing about it. It was just something I seen during the week, and it's strange that for me to comment on something that I don't know anything about when I actually do know about what happened in Bethlehem,
Yeah.
and I know that my friends are afraid. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
really good to see you. I'm sorry you just to go straight into this stuff, but
No, it's okay. Yeah, no, I know that there's a lot for sure going on. And unfortunately, the political climate here also doesn't help, you know.
well, it's
Uh,
hilarious. It's kind of, if I make jokes about it. I even made, my mom died, so I haven't seen you since my mom died,
I'm
and
sorry
just the
to
way
hear
to
that.
deal with, yeah, but the way
Yeah,
to deal with it is humor, you know.
yeah.
Um, Without humor, I think we're lost. I mean, yeah, I mean that was how I got through it with my brothers and sisters. Yeah, just you have to joke, or because it's American. Like Trump is hilarious, but then if you, Obama is not. Obama killed more innocent civilians than Trump did, right? Am I wrong there?
I mean, I don't know specifically, but I imagine, like, I mean, when it gets to politics, like I said, it could be very difficult and challenging. I think right now, especially, they're really being limited assistance and help and very one-sided. Like that's what I mean by the political system here doesn't really help
Well,
anyone in
because
the situation, you know?
situation is money, and it's all these both sides, Camilla and Trump. They're in the pockets of the people with the money, and they seem to be, what's it called, Tupac? It's not Tupac. It's obviously it's I'm making a
Yeah.
joke. Tupac is
No,
eight,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
but
Yeah,
the
it is about money. It is about money. So yeah,
same in Britain. I mean, they all have to before they do anything, any policy, they have to phone up, make sure it's okay with the,
the donors and stuff. Yeah.
well, it's basically these Zionist people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm afraid to say it. I don't know. What would you do today anyway? Tell me about your day.
So I'm actually I am in Mexico right now. I'm
Okay.
visiting a friend. Yeah. Yeah, so one of my best friends lives in Mexico, and what I'm doing is I'm doing a little trip around the country, just kind of saying goodbye to some good friends. And so yeah, I kind of started in Texas with my sister, and then I went to Chicago, and then was in Arizona, and now I'm in Mexico, and then I'm going to LA, and then New Mexico and East Coast, because
Right.
I leave to Italy in about 5 weeks. So I've been just traveling a little bit, honestly.
That's
Uh,
great. Okay, you look kind of tired. What time is it
yeah,
there?
yeah. It's what time is it? It is noon. It's 12 o'clock.
Okay. Well, did you
We
have a
stayed
late night last night?
Yeah, we had my friend Alejandro, he had some friends over, and I prepped dinner because he didn't really, he winged it. He invited all these people, but he didn't make any dinner.
No
And so
guacamole, no tamales,
no, none of that. So
cojitos, whatever it
he's
is.
like, do you know how to eat vegetarian dishes? I was like, yeah. So I made 3 vegetarian dishes and fed everybody,
Well done.
and then we just kind of talked until late into like 2 a.m. So
Tequila.
slept in a little bit. No. Well, just one shot. I don't like drinking because I'm
No,
training right now, and so no, I thankfully I don't drink extensively, at least not right now,
well
uh,
done.
because it just mess with my headache, and I feel like I take care of my health too well in other areas just to destroy with some alcohol, you know?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I was a year until then my mom died, and I was okay. But then when I got back here, I was like, okay. So
Yeah.
I was back drinking this. This is the stuff we drink here.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
But I'm going to like I need to stop because I'm not very good. Like I get one beer and I'm drunk, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
high metabolism.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, I'm going to get back into the Kundalini. The,
yeah,
you know
yeah, yeah.
Kundalini? Have you heard of Kundalini?
No, I haven't.
It's a type of yoga.
Okay.
And it's you know this painting with have you ever been to the Sistine Chapel?
I don't think so. No.
You know the two fingers coming.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Kundalini is the thing between the two fingers.
Okay.
So it connects the body with, you know, like whatever consciousness is or the soul.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
this little gap,
yeah.
and I was watching this podcast, and they said, and they were trying to say that memory doesn't exist. There's no in the brain scientific space for memory, you know.
Yeah.
I was trying
Yeah,
to understand, does that just mean that experience and understanding? And the guy was trying to say that memory doesn't exist. It's just like a metaphor.
yeah.
Strange
You know,
one.
I actually have heard that in my psychology class a few times, and I feel like it's a little too complex for me to even get because I feel like there is memory, but there's various types of memory, and then there's more schemes and schemas than anything else. So, but it makes sense. It makes sense. How are you in terms of how are you spending your days?
I'll be honest, I haven't been when I'm with my son, I'm great, and he's away with his mom, so like I get exhausted because he's at his new school, so he went to high school, so
Oh,
that was
nice.
like that starts at 8 a.m.
Okay.
So I had a great week with him the last week of summer. I took him to school, said goodbye on Wednesday. So I had a couple of bad days, but now I'm okay because I just go to the sunset, and there was like a Korean movies being shot in the square, and I quite enjoyed watching that. And I met some friends, so I'm
Okay.
okay. I don't know what to.
Okay.
I don't know how to answer that. Lola sometimes asks me that question as well. How you
Yeah.
doing? It's a diff.
Yeah. No, I mean, and most of it is like, yeah, how are you spending your days? It just seems like,
Yeah.
you're kind of doing, are you eating, sleeping enough?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to say. Like the past couple of days, it's not been great, but I'll get back to it. But I'll get back into the rhythm. I'm not like I need the sort of routine. So yeah, like the past couple of days, I've not been good. Eating, sleeping enough. No, I've not been sleeping that good and not eating that great. There you go.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
usually say, "How you doing?" They say, "Fine," you know. Like in
Yeah.
Spain, it's like "¿Cómo estás?" Todo bien, bien. But and then I've been told that you shouldn't say if someone asks you how you doing, you shouldn't say, "Well, actually, I'm not that good."
Yeah. Yeah.
If they don't care, they don't want to know.
Yeah. 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 It's one of those mannerisms. You're just like, okay, yeah. But
I'm
it's
a little
unfortunate.
bit like that, up and down, up and down. And it's been my life changed since I was in whatever you want to call it. But you don't you call it State 48, you call it the Holy Land, Palestine. I don't know what to call it, but I'm not going to say what it was being called since 1948. So since then, my life's completely changed. You know, how are you? You answer. How are you doing? How are you spending your days?
Not much really, besides training and just kind of, like I said, trying to taking a few Italian classes, or trying to stay on top of that. But yeah, I think right now I'm just kind of prepping, for what's ahead.
You're going to love it.
Yeah, I hope
Best,
so.
the
Yeah,
best food, the best
yeah,
architecture, the
yeah,
best music, the best girls.
yeah. All those are important to somewhat, yeah, somewhat degree. But yeah, I'm looking forward to, I think, just experiencing some change because yeah, I really enjoyed my time in Spain, and a big part of me wants to still be in Spain, but
No,
um
Italy's much better.
yeah,
You're right, you get some good cycling routes along into Germany, Austria, all around those mountains is great for cycling as well.
yeah, yeah. So I'm looking forward to, I think it's gonna get a bit colder than I'm expecting. So
There's snow there already. There's snow in the mountains.
oh, is there? Oh, interesting. Okay.
Just like a couple of hours. Not, I suppose if you fly to Verona, then
That's
you're
where I'm at. Yeah, I'm close to Verona.
you're almost in the mountains.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I've
I
been
think,
to Bergamo in Milan.
oh, you have?
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
It's
Did you go to Scotland when your mom passed or?
yeah, but that was yeah,
Okay.
it's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just there for a week. I need to go back. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know how. I haven't really like. I mean, my father died about 10 years ago, and I still think I've not really sort of grieved.
Yeah, it's a difficult process because sometimes no one knows what it looks like even, it's like day to day, you know.
Hmm.
And so yeah, I can certainly imagine the difficulty of losing your mom recently. So yeah. Are you and your siblings in touch often?
There is a bit of a yeah. There's emails. Yeah, I try and say hi every day. My son
Okay.
really wants to get in touch with his sort of UK family. That was the nicest part of it because he met some people that he hadn't met and kids he
Oh,
hadn't met.
okay.
And there is quite a big family, but the immediate I've got the immediate family. Yeah, there's a bit of a problem about objects, material stuff, and there's a house.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
Yeah, it's never fun when it's like that.
yeah, it's a bit tricky. So yeah, everybody's I suppose yeah coming. Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
don't have this problem. I mean, your mom and dad are in America, are they?
No, they both passed away. Uh,
Sorry, I keep yeah. Oh, really?
yeah.
I'm sorry about
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, my dad passed away when he was two, or I was 2 months old, and then my mom about 3 years ago. So,
that. Okay.
uh, but yeah, I think sometimes when you have money and finances come into the situation, it makes things very hard, It could unfortunately make family situations, dynamics pretty strange and take away from really the grieving process. So I think with
Completely.
us, we were lucky because our mom didn't really have anything. So
It's funny that's funny. Like that's it. We were lucky because yeah, it's a funny sentence to say that, but it's I think it's true. I think when you've got nothing, you don't miss things. You don't miss anything, you know.
yeah, and I think sometimes that's why I have a hard time with saving money or wanting to buy a house. It's like, why leave my mess or problems for other people?
And it becomes like a yeah. What the things that you have start to own you rather than you
Yeah,
own them somehow.
yeah. No, exactly.
But
So, are you gonna go back anytime soon?
sorry.
Are you gonna go back to Scotland anytime soon?
Hopefully, yeah.
Or
Hopefully, yeah.
sorry,
You always use this.
yeah,
This was the way I connected with my family through football. So we connect. We talk about football, like this team, and that gives us a
yeah.
bonding thing. That's how I.
Is that the Celtics?
Yeah,
Is that the Celtics?
The Glasgow
Yeah,
Celtic.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Pardon?
You guys have a goalkeeper, Joe Hart.
Yeah, he just left, but he was great.
Oh, he left.
We've got an American guy called Cameron Carter Vickers.
Oh, okay.
He's a great defender. He plays for America.
Yeah. I'm a big Manchester City fan, so I know Joe Hart played for Man City
Yeah.
for a while.
Oh, he was a big hero. The last season they brought out, and he goes to the matches, and he
Oh,
was great. He's a great.
yeah, that's very cool.
He
That's
seemed
very cool.
like a good, friendly, good, strong character. And he
Yeah.
got us this Schmeichel guy. So his friend was Schmeichel. He was friends with Schmeichel, so we got this new goalie,
Oh,
Schmeichel's
yeah.
son.
Yeah, yeah,
His
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've seen him because he's the Danish keeper, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
big
No.
connection between City and Celtic. You should watch this match. The last time they played in the European Cup, there was a match and it was two each.
Oh, was it? Ah, okay.
And one Manchester City player is the whole of the Celtic team, right? Money wise.
Oh, yeah. It's silly how much
Yeah.
City pays their athletes. It's kind of ridiculous, but
But that's a good result for Celtic, right?
I guess so. I guess so. But yeah, I mean, I think they're talking about there being new charges against them and all that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah, it's like I mean, I'm into this boycott thing now, and so it's like I can't buy the shirt because it's Adidas, and then in Manchester it's Puma, and now they're doing this
Yeah.
thing with this band Oasis. I don't know if you know this Oasis band. So
Oh,
they're
I didn't know.
collaborating and they're doing like a strip for Oasis. You know this band from
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
they're like
Interesting.
the Beatles, sort of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the
Are
money's
you
busy. I think it's money from Saudi Arabia, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They definitely bring in a lot of money from those types of countries, which doesn't make sense. They're just so obsessed with football, and their country is just still needing to develop big time. So, are you going
Yeah.
down?
Pardon?
Are you going? I said I was asking if you're still going down to Sawyer a little bit to that area.
Well, I live right here in the Plata, so and I go down to the port to see the sunset and cycle. And yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I can't complain. I'm really lucky to live here. You know, the life here is okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you
Yeah.
going into Palma at all much?
Not much, but I will start going now. Now it's cooling down. That's where the Kundalini is. So I'm going to start getting into that again because that's for the winter. You need this sort of routine and you need this
Yeah.
meditation to keep the focus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, very true. And then with Lola, is she visiting anytime soon? Or where is she? What's her situation?
Ola is amazing. She is amazing, and she was in Turkey, Greece. Now she's in Lisbon. She gets around. She's got zero money, and she does Pilates. I'm afraid she does too much. She's going to explode like Bruce Lee. You know Bruce Lee. He's just
Yeah,
done
yeah,
too much, and then
yeah.
he just was too fit.
Oh, interesting.
But we keep in touch, not like before, maybe once or twice a week. Say hi.
Okay,
But
okay.
her mother is she just got diagnosed with cancer, so she's got to deal with that as well, which is her mother is the same age as me.
Wow, yeah, yeah.
So she's having to deal with that, which it's really difficult. How to deal with death, and how to. Well, yeah, I just say, look, I'm here for you if you need to talk, but death is a difficult thing.
Yeah, yeah. For sure, especially when loved ones are faced with it and we have to kind of watch that. It's quite difficult. Yeah. It makes definitely sometimes life in sense sometimes more valuable and hopefully
Mhm.
uh for us to be able to live it, the best we
That-
can.
wh- When I talk to my big brother and my big sister, it's like they think they're going to live forever, and it's like maybe 20 more years. People don't realize that they die. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a not a taboo, but just people just think they don't understand. You're going to be pretty soon. You're going to be dead. That's the only thing that's real about life. It's the one true thing about life. Everything else you can talk about concepts and God and love and soul and time. But there's one thing that's definitely going to happen is you're going to die, right? And people
Yeah.
don't accept that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's certain. It's unfortunate, but it's a certain thing. And I shouldn't say unfortunate because I think it's necessary, There's time comes where that's necessary.
but we don't know nothing about it. Our brains we don't use our brains so much, and maybe we go to a different place which is much better. Maybe this is
Yeah, yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
some kind of
Yeah,
little.
but nonetheless, I mean, we're used to life here, and I think that's why when death comes, visits family, loved ones, ourselves, it can be quite difficult, I feel like. So yeah,
Hmm.
I'll probably reach out to Lola, not mention that, but just to see how she's doing and say hi if that's all
Yeah,
right.
that would be. She would really like to hear from you, and yeah, that would be great if we could all have a chat together. That'd be
Yeah,
good as well. But right, maybe in a few weeks because I I, I really want to go back over to Bethlehem, and
yeah.
it's
How
true.
do you think that looks? What
I
do you
don't
have
know.
to do for that?
I don't even know if I would get in, but yeah, I just want to go and show that I'm not like I think the people I don't know they killed an American last week. I don't know if you heard about that. An
Yeah.
American person who was just in the wrong. I don't know if she was in the wrong. I don't know if she was in the wrong place at the wrong time or have my own feel. I feel like she was targeted, and I think it was a deliberate assassination.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, I don't know. I think with these kinds of situations, I think there's always this, politics when they say oh, it was accidental, it's like it's excused, when they say, "Oh, we didn't mean to. We thought it was this. It was accidental." They feel like that should be excused, and that's hard for me to know and understand.
I think it was deliberate, and it's to scare people, and it's to scare the people that live there. It's to scare anybody like me that's thinking of going over there.
Mm.
But I don't know how it looks, man. The people that I've got about 5 friends there, and they want to leave. They're like, they don't want to talk to me. They want to get out of there.
Yeah. Are they Americans or Brits?
No, they're
They're
from
Palestinian.
Palestine,
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Bethlehem.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then you said with the kids, like they wanted to have no communication, or
Oh,
what about their?
this is different. I'm talking about my friends. The kids is more. They're not really my. I'm friends with the manager, but that's a different situation where
Yeah.
there's a sort of that's more of the Christian population, and
Okay.
they are in denial. I mean, they're in denial. I think
Oh, really?
They
Uh,
say everything's okay. No, it's not okay.
yeah, interesting because yeah, you would huh. Yeah, I mean it is like the perspective of how people see it, and if they feel like there's no problem, I guess there's no problem. But I mean we all know that there is. So
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure what to say. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm not even I'm not even sure if I'm being realistic about going back or if it's possible. I might not, because I thought I'll go back through Jordan, but that's where there's big problems in Jordan, the Jordan entry
Yeah.
as well. You can't. I'm definitely wouldn't go back through
Yeah.
State 48, but I
Yeah.
would probably try and fly to Jordan and see how that would work.
Yeah. What would kind of how long would you stay and what would you kind of do out there, do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I would, yeah, give some love, get a falafel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've actually been talking to a few people that are like, watch out, watch what you say, watch what you do. Um, what I think now is I've got to Google is maybe it's not Israel, it's not America. It's like maybe the enemy's Google.
Yeah. Hmm.
Because because I know that there's a few people that have set up organizations to keep an eye on what the search engines are doing. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, my brains.
No, no, I'm with you. I'm with
And
you.
so the search engine is actually controlling the whole way that people think, the way the kids think, the way the phone, and it's all kind of so some guy set up a way of monitoring what you're if you search for something so there's a way that they basically they can control the American election for example.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's very common. And thankfully, there's measures to make sure that that's not, something that gets impacted too badly. Because, yeah, I mean, that was a problem last time, and
Mm-hmm.
it'll certainly be part of the problem this time. But yeah, thankfully, there's hopefully some defense mechanisms around it. So it doesn't go too far.
Yeah, they were
Uh,
saying about 20%. They can just the Google can control about 20% of the vote, which is quite a lot if
yeah.
it's close, which it will be.
It will definitely be close. Yeah, yeah. I'm curious to see how it goes. I mean, I won't be here for election day. I'll be in Italy, but
Yeah.
I usually uh I usually volunteer on election day because I don't like to see the results throughout the day. So I just work at a poll and help people register to vote and vote. Because I don't like to pay attention. I'd be on my phone the whole day. Oh gosh, where are the numbers at? Okay, so it helps me stay away from it.
No, I remember Obama. I was in New York, I think, just before he got in, and it was like a big
Mhm.
celebration. I don't know, were you there?
Yeah.
And it was great. Everybody was thinking,
Yeah, I was the first term. I was a junior in high school.
mhm.
No, I was a senior in high school. Yeah, and our teacher actually stopped the class, and we just went to the library, and they turned on the TV, and we watched the election.
Right.
So it's really neat. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. So I'm curious to see how this time around goes, but
That'll be the first.
I
It'll
know
be the
that.
first woman anyway, right? If she gets in, that'll be the first woman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'm in Mexico now, and they selected their president Claudia, and I was actually talking to some people here. They're like, yeah, even though she has the presidential label, she has very little control over situations here, which seems to be the case no matter where you are, the prime minister or the president, because you
mhm.
know you have so many people in the Congress and in the party and opposition that impacts votes, turns them down, and twists and turns things, that you have very little power at the end of the day. You're just kind of the face of the nation in a sense.
Yeah, that's what Obama, I think, was saying that like he couldn't really do much. His hands were
Yeah,
tied. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
which is wow, that's really scary actually. Because it's like I feel
yeah,
like the people in charge are like shadowy, faceless
yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, that's how it goes.
And it's
So we'll
probably
see.
like it's not, it's very like they say they talk about the 1%, but it's probably 0.0001% that are
Yeah.
that are pulling the strings.
It's Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but it's gonna be quite interesting. It's gonna be quite interesting. How does your next few months look?
Well, there's
Are you staying
my
in
son's birthday, and then
Mallorca or like in October, November?
it gets nice. It's really nice here for the next few months
Okay,
because it's like the weather's kind of nice and it gets quiet. And I was just
okay,
looking after my son, really. I mean, I'll focus on
yeah,
that. I'll do like yeah, I'll try and reconnect with my brothers and sisters, and like a lot, like I'm really into music and art. That's what I do. I may try and set up an exhibition or do some. I'll record.
okay,
I was working with this guy called Elkin Robinson, who's like a big star in Colombia. He's like a calypso guy. So we were
okay,
recording some music.
yeah, yeah. That's very cool. Nice. And it's gonna be in Mallorca.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here, man. Here, he's got a wee studio in Valdemosa.
Okay,
So hopefully, well, I would just record a song with the kids, nothing serious. I mean, but professionally, I might have to get a job, and yeah,
okay,
but I, I don't
yeah,
know, I managed to just avoid having this. I'm really lucky that I've managed to avoid working because I've got the property in Glasgow.
yeah, yeah.
What do you do for money? How do you get by?
I had some savings that before I went to Spain, I knew I wasn't gonna work for a little bit, and so I saved a little bit of money to make sure that I had that covered, but quickly running out of it, and okay. Thankfully I'll start my job in about 6 weeks, and then I'll hopefully have a steady income.
What's your
But yeah,
job?
yeah, huh?
What's your job? What's
So
your
I'll be working as a therapist at in Italy, yeah, for the US people. So we'll see
It's
how it
good
goes.
practice for you, right? Because
Yeah,
everyone's unique. Everyone's like, I don't think there's any rules when it comes to that kind of thing. You just want to listen and help, and
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think there are certainly policies. I mean, there are some rules. Yeah, there has to be rules, right? When it comes to providing services and the impact, and some goals and things within therapy, but also like some policies around just therapy and what you should and shouldn't do. So
what if someone's like, "I'm going to kill myself. That's it. I've had enough."
yeah, 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 yeah.
What would you
Yeah, I
do?
mean, I've had some many situations in that of those type, unfortunately, and some are more elevated and acute than others, and I think you just kind of make a safety plan as it relates to the intensity and the acuity of the problem of the situation. And if you could do anything in terms of planning, having a safety plan to where like they have resources, people to call, ways to mitigate self-harm. And then if it's beyond that, they have a plan, they have things of that sort, they have means and access to it, then you try and get them to safety and then get them into hospital and
Yeah.
medication management, things that would really help kind of alleviate that suffering and that pain that they're going through.
I mean,
So
the thing that comes to my mind is the people that are really serious and have the courage to do it. They probably don't tell anyone. They probably just go and do it. The people that tell people are they're probably like, well, okay, they're reaching out for a bit of help. Like they probably go and stand in the bridge. Like the girl last week, she was on the bridge and the guy from Bon Jovi went and got her. Did you see that?
I read something about it, but I didn't see it. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it is just a cry for help, right? They're just asking for help.
Yeah, yeah, and in research does show one way or another people who unfortunately attempt to or succeed in such acts, they have someone that they ask for help directly or indirectly. So I think it's always, or there's telltale signs even if they don't talk about it, you know, the isolation and the everything else that kind of goes on. So yeah, I mean, again, for each situation, there's training and policies and procedures that you're supposed to follow. Um, but
Right.
certainly that's one of the things that uh, I've definitely done some intense training on just to make sure that I'm equipped and have the skills for.
I bet it's people that have money and have a lot of. I think probably more people that commit suicide are actually affluent as opposed to people that have got nothing. They're not really. They're just trying to survive.
You
Is
know,
that, you know?
unfortunately, like there's no significant statistics that show like one dominating class versus other. It sounds like it doesn't discriminate against class, you know, or race. I mean, there's the tendency that men attempt more, or men achieve more attempts, unfortunately, and then women just attempt more without success, right?
Is that at a certain age?
I think it's just in general, men and women, yeah. Yeah, and I think it even comes down to like, you know, the younger population, unfortunately, because I mean,
Hmm.
boys and men tend to be more reckless and you know, and their method to use is a lot more serious. So
Right. You know
yeah,
what? Here in Mallorca, it happens quite a lot. It
yeah,
happens a
yeah,
lot, and it tends to be people, local families that have got money, and they do
uh,
it like it's really brutal how they do. They don't do it they do it like they hang themselves or,
yeah,
and it's happened with well, it's at least once a year someone in the local community does it, you know, and it's always a bit of a shock, and no one talks about it.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
a taboo as well. You don't. What do you say? Oh, your brother killed himself. I mean, you don't talk about it. And it seems to keep happening and no one really faces up to it. I don't know how to I don't know what it is because it's so beautiful here, you know.
yeah, yeah. No, unfortunately, and I think that's the thing too, is like no matter how beautiful a place is, like if you're going through darkness yourself, everything seems pretty dark, you know. So
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
Oh my God, I don't know how we got down this road, but wait, you're lucky. Whereabouts in Mexico are you? How are you doing?
I'm about 3 hours south of Arizona, so it's a city called Hermosillo. It's yeah, I mean Mexico is quite big actually.
Ah,
It's
did you
very
fly
big.
there?
No, I drove. I drove.
You drove.
Uh,
So are they getting ready to build the wall again, or is the
I mean,
wall?
the wall is already kind of there.
Is it really? I was
Yeah,
joking.
it's a border. It's yeah, it's a big border across. And it looks like we have about a minute, but feel free to add more if you'd like. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of drive through. You just drive through, and yeah,
Okay. I was
yeah,
making a joke about Trump and the wall. Let's leave it here. Let's leave it here,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm so
Sounds good.
happy to speak to you, man.
Yeah, yeah. Take care
Really.
of yourself. Tell your son I said hi, and hopefully we'll reconnect. But yeah, feel free to send me a voice note or a message anytime you'd
Okay.
like. I'd be happy to
Excuse my like freestyle conversation. I'm just it's really nice to let things go.
That's the best way to talk sometimes, so it's no worries.
And you
And
lifted my spirits. God bless you. Why? God bless you, man.
yeah, you take care of yourself. It's good seeing you, Martin.
Inshallah.
All right, bye bye.
Peace,
Be
peace,
well.
peace.
All right, take
Bye.
care of yourself. Bye.
Okay, ciao, ciao.